It would be 2020 before we learned that the sun's coronal magnetic fields were reacting, and the chemistry of its atmosphere was beginning to change, most notably in the helium. Thus far, the changes we see from the ground are more due to Earth's changing magnetic field and its effect on the upper atmospheric lens through which we view the sun, such that the once yellow sun now looks more white at greater and greater angles of the day. I know many remember the look of the yellow sun. I'm just old enough to remember it looking white near the noon position and thinking, maybe it's just too bright to see the yellow properly way up there. That's not what this is. The first horseman, dressed in white, wearing a crown at the top of the sky. That takes us from 1859 to today. And the big question is, what happens next? Those chemical changes on the sun will begin to manifest through to the visible wavelengths as the second horseman arrives, and the civility of all who are left is challenged, if not outright stolen. This will test people's will, their character, and their faith. When the sun's atmosphere completely darkens, the upper corona and the sun's version of the Van Allen belts will be the only thing shining. It may just be the outer circles of the torus, as in the plasma discharge Z-pinch, as one might envision its version of the Van Allen belts. The third horseman's scales of justice will tip and teeter to the sides of the sun above all. Then, when the light and solar wind energy overcomes its shell, through the dust and gas and plasma of the long period recurrent solar micronova, we will find the final horseman in a familiar pale hue, but hell follows with him. The blast itself creates a titanic outburst of light across the spectrum, and cosmic rays following right on their heels. The light arrives in 8 minutes, but has the potential to burn the sun-facing region directly looking at the sun at that time. The high-energy proton cosmic ray storm that ensues will be an invisible component of the disaster, as if anyone could take their eyes away from what would be coming right at us at that time. These cosmic rays integrate with the Earth's magnetic field and may begin the turning over of the Earth via the full planet electromagnetic insult.
And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth of hair, and the moon became as blood, and the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. That's a very technical description, written nearly 2,000 years before we had the language for it, of what happens when the engine that drives our solar system, the sun's magnetic field, begins to fail. For all of history, the corona, that once yellow but now white crown around the sun, has been more than just a source of warmth. It's the visible signature of the sun's magnetic power. Fields rising, twisting, and snapping through plasma. Those fields superheat the corona to millions of degrees, sculpting the solar wind and inflating the heliosphere, the giant bubble that shields Earth and the rest of the solar system from cosmic radiation. But prophecy warns of a day when that heartbeat falters, when the sun turns black as sackcloth of hair. Science now echoes that warning.